Welcome back to the Roundtable. I'm your host, Ostrich Vox, and today I'm joined with Mykal Williams from Cartoon Universe.
Hello, hello.
And today we're going to talk about the Kingdom Hearts series. We actually already did part 1 on the Cartoon Universe channel. We just talked about what was said in the interview and some things we would like to see. And in this video, we're going to talk more about some other ideas we have, but also what I want to talk about mainly is the concept of cartoon worlds, like their TV shows, and how that would fit inside a Kingdom Hearts TV series as opposed to movies. So, Mykal, you actually said at the end of your last video you had some ideas, so let's dive into that first.
Yes, so this isn't directly related to worlds, but I had a lot of concepts that I feel like would work really great for a Kingdom Hearts show, since there's a lot we don't actually get to see in the video game. Like, for example, Sora learning magic, like Donald like teaching him certain magic, or Merlin. Because like there was like a whole like magic training section that you could do in Kingdom Hearts 1. I think it'd be really cool to like see him like learn Blizzard and Fire and like how to do that and how to upgrade it and make it stronger. See Sora, like I would love to see how keychains work exactly. Like, does the Keyblade keep the same form after you take the keychain off?
Yeah.
Or like that would be really interesting to see. How does he get the keychain? Because you never see him actually receive the keychain.
Yeah.
Although they spend more time like in the gummy ship, we actually like just saw the gummy inside the gummy ship in Kingdom Hearts 2.8. That was like
wasn't that
time.
Well, no, because we always have like those cutscenes in Kingdom Hearts 2, like they're inside the gummy ship. But I think this was like the most in-depth look we had.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Seth Kersley actually had the gummy ship. There's like a bed Sora was on or something for the original pilot. And as I mentioned before, I'd love to see like some of Mickey's journey. Especially since like Kingdom Hearts 1, you could only use Mickey at the end scene. That was it. So we didn't actually get to see anything. We only just kind of heard whispers of the king. And like since the retcon we recently had in the Realm of Darkness, I would love to see Aqua and kind of allude to Birth by Sleep. See some of Riku's adventure. How did he get the Soul Eater? What were his motivations? What was going on through his head through that time? And now that we have an entire series of games, there's a lot of events and like things that took place that we didn't know, that I think they could allude to like sooner or maybe change up. Would love to see how like a Keyblade is made, because I believe Nomura confirmed that some Keyblades just come from the heart like magically, and some Keyblades can't actually be forged. So I would love to see that, like especially Riku getting the way to Dawn. And just like getting summons. And I think what would be a really cool episode or series of episodes would be like the Ansem reports, and like it could be in a form of like a flashback. Just kind of seeing like Ansem's time and with the apprentices, and then like maybe like once it cuts to Xehanort, it's just like a shadowy figure or something. You don't see his face the whole time. You just kind of see the body doing the actions that is being described in the reports. Yeah, I don't know. I was just like sitting on the bus and I just like came up with a bunch of like cool things I think would work really well for a series that we don't really get to see a lot in the games.
Yeah, in terms of the magic, that actually gave me a pretty, like, at least I think it's a neat idea, is possibly you could have a plot line of Sora and like Kiraga and everything.
Yeah.
And maybe like he needs to learn Kiraga, and then you have the situation where a character is like badly injured or like they're like near death, and you have like this like emotional scene, and then that's when Sora finally masters Kiraga.
Oh my
God. It'd be a big cliche, but I still think that'd be really cool.
That'd be nuts.
And you said, like learning how Keyblades are made and like Riku's adventures, that could actually make for like because we were saying with Chain of Memories we have like B episode, like B plots, C plots.
Yeah.
For like Kingdom, this is under the assumption they adapt like the game like straightforward. Maybe for Kingdom Hearts 1, for like that season, what they could do is like the first 2 episodes you follow Sora's perspective, but then episode 3 begins with Riku's perspective, and they have like the A plot and B plot for the rest of the season of like until like they meet up again, or at least until Riku gets his body stolen from Ansem.
Yeah.
Like that could be kind of like how Star had the hard way end of Toffee possessing Ludo. Maybe an episode could end with like it alludes to the fact that Ansem has possessed Riku, and then we don't see Riku again until close to the season finale in the whole Hollow Bastion arc.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically everything I have on those ideas. Do you want to segue into the
world
worlds?
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The main thing I wanted to talk about was the worlds. And since this is an animated series, and since they may not have to follow the game 100% through, I think a great idea would be to implement actual worlds from cartoon series like Star Wars Force of Evil, Gravity Falls, or even like their old stuff like Darkwing Duck, maybe even Kim Possible or Recess into the series, just to have it differentiate from the games a little bit more. And with Kingdom Hearts, it's like if you played the first game, besides the Princess of a Heart, you can really replace the worlds of anything, and the overall plot doesn't change. Which is why I think it would be optimal to put in other series, like have an episode or two of Sora and Goofy and Donald in Gravity Falls with Dipper and Mabel.
That'd be so amazing.
Or you can actually make it so like Star is a Princess of Heart. Or you can just like, you can even update the...
She is definitely not a Princess of Hearts. Way too much darkness there.
That's true, but that can make for an interesting plot point. And I think it would also add uniqueness to the show, because a Kingdom Hearts show in general is always going to be experimental. But you can actually kind of have it like Gumball, how there's always, because Gumball always has like 5 different art styles going at once. You can do that here, and I think it would work, and I think it would look great.
Yeah, I think like for shows that are currently running, it would probably need to be like soft canon for those shows, because like it would be weird for Star Wars Forces of Evil to be still running. And then like I'm trying to think, like it would just be weird for them to show up and then like something completely unrelated to anything Star happens, if that makes sense. Like I feel like it would have to be some type of adventure that doesn't necessarily have any bearing on the overall story of Star, but could still fit into the overall plot of Star, canonically or semi-canonically. Whereas Gravity Falls, I feel like you can just throw Sora, Donald, and Goofy into Gravity Falls and it'd be no problem. Like you could just do whatever, because the show's already over. So you just kind of have fun with that. Have Bill Cipher be the villain or whatever, just like an alternate timeline, basically.
Yeah, I think for something like Star, and this is like if this was still in season 1, like this wouldn't work now because so much has happened. But maybe like Sora, Donald, and Goofy have to get something that ends up in Muni. So they go to Muni, and for some reason Star and Marco are already there. Maybe they're just like visiting Star's parents. Maybe they're just vacationing or something. And Ludo's also after that exact same thing they're after. So we could just have like an episode 2 of, but like I said, this would be like season 1 Ludo. Like this wouldn't fit Ludo anymore.
Yeah, not at all.
Or for like Gravity Falls, you have this thing, and then you actually have Ford involved, because I feel like Ford and Kingdom Hearts would actually work really well.
Oh yeah.
And even if you don't have Bill Cipher, you could just have like some natural Gravity Falls weirdness that Sora, Donald, and Goofy have to look into.
Yeah, I would love that. Like now how would you think Recess would work? 'Cause I feel like that's the only oddball.
Oh, I was just naming off shows, but
okay.
I mean, they cross over Lilo and Stitch, so anything could happen with Recess, in my opinion.
That's true. I mean, but that was in space though, so they had like something to fight. Like Lilo and Stitch had something to fight, whereas like I don't know what they would do with Recess. Would it be like a 100-acre wood type thing where it's just kind of chill? I guess like it's just a fun episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe like they lose they land in the Ward of Recess for some reason, and then they end up like losing the keys to the gummy ship, and then they have to spend an episode finding them with the Recess gang.
That'd be too funny. Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential for like fun, silly stuff too.
Like essentially what people would call fillers, just like have one-off adventures. But I think it'd be fun because like we won't be able to get this in the game, so why not explore it here?
And if we did get in the game, we'd be very upset. Like, why am I looking for these keys, man?
Yeah. I also feel like how you said you said something about the gummy ship, see more of it. Maybe we could have like an episode where they're to kind of like pay homage to the countless endless gummy ship missions. Have an episode where they get stuck in like an asteroid ship, or not an asteroid storm.
Yeah.
And like they're like stuck in space. Maybe like the part of the gummy ship goes out or something.
I had that same idea actually. They just like kind of like the engine stopped working, so I had to fix the engine or something.
Then like have like some villain in the ship.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I would love to see like little stuff like that, just like silly side adventures. That is. Good.
I'm actually curious how the gummy ship's gonna work in the cartoon. Like, is it gonna be bigger? Is everyone gonna have their own rooms? Or is it just gonna be a video game where it's just like one room, like you just get in the ship and everything's there?
That is interesting because we don't even really see time pass in the games technically. So like I would like to see just like see days go by. You know, like it would feel more like instead of like I don't know, a certain amount of hours being put into a game, it would feel like actual real days and weeks and months of them traveling, trying to seal the keyholes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And I was also thinking something like whenever like a new movie's coming out, like they have like a new Pixar or Disney film, they could do an episode based around that, just like promote the movie, but also promote Kingdom Hearts at the same time. It's like if you like Kingdom Hearts and you go check out this movie, if you like this movie, you watch this episode of Kingdom Hearts. Like you don't even have to have it be part of the main plot. It can just be like a fun one-off, but it would still be great promotion. And like I said, it'll be things that we could see that we may not see in the games, or if we do see in the games, we won't see it from like years until the next game comes out, since these games are in production for so long.
Yeah, that's right. It really is like perfect, and like the Disney worlds won't need to have too much to do with the plot for the most part. At least not directly. It depends on the world, really. So yeah, that's like actually really perfect promotion. And then like you can promote new shows that you have coming out. Like you have the Big Hero 6 show. We know Big Hero 6 is going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3 anyway. I guess that's going to Big Hero 6 will obviously be airing before the show even gets picked up. But still, if that show is still airing, you do that show, you do the new Tangled show. Like there's a lot you could do.
Yeah, and like I said, the only thing don't know if they cross over with is DuckTales, just because Donald in both series.
Yeah.
It's like you can't have Donald like be like the Kingdom Hearts Donald, and then this one episode is like it's a DuckTales crossover, and who we doing Louie are their DuckTales personalities. But then you go and watch DuckTales, and Donald's just the DuckTales personality.
Yeah, unless you have like now we're really complicating Kingdom Hearts. Now you introduce like parallel universes.
Yeah, I was thinking it'd be like a mirror world.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how they would get to a parallel universe though. That's the trippy part.
Theoretically, like there's Timeless River, so maybe like another one of those portals or doors open up, but it's like a door to the world of DuckTales, and I was like, oh, I remember these days.
Well, Timeless River was the past though. It wasn't a different canon.
Yeah.
Unless they try to fit DuckTales into that same canon potentially, and then it's like a portal, or maybe Merlin just does whatever he wants. Basically, Merlin has no rules. Because he completely broke the rules of time travel in Kingdom Hearts. So you might as well just like open a portal to another dimension for some reason.
Yeah, and I guess that would be one way to work with it. And I'm trying to think like what they would do when like an actual new Kingdom Hearts game comes out. Because games are all constantly coming out for the series, even besides like remasters, obviously. But like, let's say Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, like, what is the show gonna do to promote Kingdom Hearts 3, if anything at all?
Yeah, that's tough because Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, who knows when that's gonna come out? They'd probably just, I'd imagine, implement different worlds like that are in Kingdom Hearts 3, or maybe they just wait until after Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. I feel like that'd be a cleaner way to do it.
Yeah.
Just kind of start telling the story, because I don't know if they're going to. I don't know if we're going to see Kingdom Hearts for a little while after Kingdom Hearts 3, because that's like the big like finale of this saga. So I feel like there might be like a 2-year break or so, 2-3 years, without Kingdom Hearts, because we've been getting one every single year technically, since 2009. So I feel like after Kingdom Hearts 3, that's the one people have been waiting for. That's the one we've been leading up to. I feel like the best bet, assuming Kingdom Hearts 3 like comes out 2018, if the show gets picked up, release the show sometime after that, and then you can kind of, and actually would be brilliant, because like give it some people time to like beat the game, and then like people are still thirsty for Kingdom Hearts because that was just so hype and amazing. And now here's the show, and now you can just kind of introduce that and just do the story that you want to do without worrying about like clashing stories or anything like that with Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, and I think this animated series will also be a great opportunity for Unchained Key. Like what they could do is have exclusive medals that maybe like when Kingdom, like a new episode is on, you put the code into the app and then you get like an exclusive medal. Yeah,
seriously.
And that could like revive the game. Like there's just so much potential they could do with all aspects of Disney with this series, which I feel like was such a perfect like money maker. Yeah, and I feel like adults will watch it because they grew up with Kingdom Hearts or they love Kingdom Hearts. Kids will watch it because it's like their favorite Disney characters, or they might just like the concept in general. Like, I feel like it's a everyone wins situation. Besides people who don't like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. It's really there's really no. To me, like the more I think about it, it makes so much sense to just for Disney to just do it. As long as the show, like, because the main key is don't piss off the fans. Don't do anything that would make the fans angry or go against the original source material. Like, don't make Sora like an emo, like Sasuke type character. Like, make sure everything's mostly true to it. You can change some things here and there, but like for the most part, when things are adapted, if you don't have the original fans, you're most likely not going to get the new audience because it's going to be off. It's not going to work. So yeah, it really would be perfect. And like it make sure Sora's the main protagonist for sure. Because like I know, whatchamacallit, like I actually thought it would be cool to like have a show in the same canon as the games, but with different Keyblade wielders. Because Xehanort mentioned in one of his reports that there are probably other Keyblade wielders out there somewhere. And I think that'd be like a really cool thing. But like, that makes things really complicated because now you need Nomura and you need to make sure you're not clashing with anything. There's no plot holes. And B, like, you're not going to get other people in who are like more casual fans. Like, that might be cool for the hardcore fans. Like, ooh, yeah, more lore stuff, like building the world. But like, you're not going to get the people who only play Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, or maybe not even new people. So like, definitely keep it to Sora, Donald, and Goofy for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, and it works for Star Wars, but that's because Star Wars has like so many time skips and time periods, whereas Kingdom Hearts, we've only really been in like 2, maybe 3 different time periods altogether.
Yeah.
But I think for in terms of the audience, I do think for the best is just keep it Sora, Down, and Goofy, but a different continuity.
Definitely.
Like, you can adapt the games, but have it be different enough from the actual video games themselves, where it's like, oh, this episode we're gonna see this scene exactly frame from frame, shot for shot, but animated. But have it like, oh, like, we know how the season's gonna end in Hollow Bastion with the showdown between Ansem, but we don't know what's gonna happen in between then. Like, they can do so many different plot twists or new takes on it. And that's like where the worlds come in.
Yeah, and it's basically just like the manga. Manga takes the story of the games, and it's an alternate timeline where different little details happen. Yeah, basically just that.
As for, you said like the Keyblades, I'm trying to figure out how they would work that into the actual show, because that's a really good idea that would, one, be a good nod to the video games, and two, like the Kingdom Hearts manga, like Sora has always used the Kingdom Key. Like, he's never changed his keychains.
Right.
So, I would maybe think, like, would you like have the keychain on for a few episodes? But at the same time, it's like, because in the games you get the keychain at the end of a world, and I feel like it would look kind of off if Sora had like a Keyblade from Abraga, but he's in like the world of Milo Murphy's Law or something.
I don't know. Like, maybe the Keyblades, this isn't really a necessity. They could definitely keep it just the Kingdom Key. That would totally work. But they could do, like, if they did the keychain thing, like, every Keyblade kind of has its own ability, like sort of how it does in the games, but something that's more noticeable. So like, maybe like, or maybe he could like keep changing them throughout the series. So like, maybe like Jungle King has like powers to like shoot vines or something like that. Just spitballing. Or like Pumpkinhead could like bring out people's fears or something, or create like scary images. I don't know. So like little like things that are themed to the specific Keyblade. Yeah.
Or perhaps the only issue I could think of for other Keyblade wielders, but like for Sora, maybe when he goes into a world, the Keyblade like automatically adjusts to that world. Like, it already like it just automatically turns into like if he goes to Halloween Town, it automatically turns to the Keyblade that is in Halloween Town, or something like that. Yeah, but the issue is like if Riku or something shows up and like his weighted on is still just a weighted on, it's like, can only Sora's Keyblade do that? Which they could easily just say it does.
Yeah, they could, because I mean his Sora has like the Keyblade of light essentially, so maybe Keyblade, those like maybe Sora Mickey's Keyblades both like react to the world essentially, since they're the special like main Keyblades essentially. Yeah. And
then like when he goes to like worlds like Hollow Bastion or the world never was, it just turns back into the Kingdom Key.
Yeah. which would be kind of weird. Yeah, so maybe in that case they'd probably just keep it Kingdom Key. It might be easier, I think.
Yeah.
From a writing standpoint. But it would be cool to see how keychains work, though.
Yeah, like anything in like even like the Moogle shop.
Oh yeah, I want to know about the Moogles. I was just talking about this. Like, what are the Moogles' story in Kingdom Hearts? Like, what is their deal exactly? Because like in Days, they're in organization coats and they're given the organization different stuff. So like, what is their deal exactly? I would love
That could actually make for a fun episode. Like, you've been watching Samurai Jack, so do you remember the episode? It's in season 1 where Jack joins the Mafia.
I don't think I saw. Wait, the Mafia.
Yeah, he like joins like a mafia, and they're like going around like stealing different things, and they want Jack to be like their bodyguard, and Jack's only doing it so he can like face off with Baku at the end.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, that's a really good one. Maybe they could do something like that, where like Sora, Dano, and Goofy, they like wreck a Moogle shop, so now they have to like work for the Moogles for an episode, and it's just them like going like all these different tasks, but then like there's some huge plot twist with one of the villains or something.
That'd be amazing, assuming they can get the rights to the Moogles.
Oh yeah, because they're also Final Fantasy characters.
Yeah. So if they can't get the rights, they could just make some other character type thing, and then they could just make some type of story with that, and then that'll just be the headcanon for Moogles for the games.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out like, because I know Disney, they own all the actual Kingdom Hearts characters, Final Fantasy characters, because they were in the manga, but that manga was published in a Square Enix magazine, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So that's why they were able to use them. So that makes me wonder how, like, would they want to go through the legal issues of getting Final Fantasy characters? Would that even be an issue in general? Because if they can use them in the games, I don't know why they wouldn't be able to use them in the actual proper cartoon series. The only thing I can think of is if Square Enix isn't involved in the animated series, but they should be involved with it since it's a Kingdom Hearts animated series.
Yeah, in some way, shape, or form, they definitely should be. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if it's like a different process because of television, and it's a different department, or what.
The only issue I could see is maybe Disney like doesn't want the Final Fantasy characters in the show just so kids won't go out playing. Like if they don't want, because Final Fantasy is mostly like a T-rated series, right?
For the most part, I think like E10 plus to T, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they would want to encourage characters from a T plus series in there. But maybe they would anyways. I'm not really sure how the executives think, because I would have them in there. Like, I feel like to capture the essence of Kingdom Hearts, not only you need the Disney part, but you also need the Final Fantasy part too, to just show like how unique the series is. And I feel like it wouldn't be the same without them. But at the same time, like I said, you got Marvel and Star Wars stand in for the Final Fantasy characters. But regardless, I would enjoy seeing those Marvel and Star Wars characters. Like the Marvel characters can play the exact same role the Final Fantasy characters do. But at the same time, there's also Marvel cartoon series on Disney XD. So essentially, they could do like crossovers. Like, oh, Avengers Assemble was crossing over with Kingdom Hearts this Saturday at 2 or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, because like, I feel like Star Wars would fit better as like stand-ins for Final Fantasy specifically.
But would it be 2D or 3D? Because Rebels is CGI.
That's a good question. I feel like the show should definitely be 2D, and I think that's what Seth Kears has in mind, just like 2D anime style.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like it would make more sense to see like Obi-Wan or whatever at Traverse Town more than it would Iron Man.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That could definitely work. And then just like I don't know. I guess make all of the that'd be kind of weird though. Like just have all the Final Fantasy type stuff be like Star Wars-esque, so like all the Moogles are Ewoks, like stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's like with the Marvel characters, the main issue is like most of the Marvel series, like just like Guardians, they take place on Earth. But we never actually seen Earth and like Earth-based locations in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
So it would be really weird if like, oh, this episode they're in New York City to get this upgrade from Iron Man, which is why I think like it would work better if like Iron Man like the Avengers like lost their world, so now they're just like in Traverse Town or Radiant Garden or whatever. Because if they go to like I said, like the Avengers Tower is in New York City, that'd just be really like weird for Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, it would. Like I mean, they've gone to other places, but they just never. Well, they kind of say it, but they don't say it because like they mention China in Land of the Dragons. They mention. I mean, it could work as long as like they don't say it's Earth. They just say it's New York, right? So the worlds were all one, and then they split. So you could essentially make in this iteration of the Avengers, it's not all of Earth; it's New York and like some other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I still feel like it would make sense for Avengers to pop up in other worlds, anyways, because they're also fighting like, or at least like the Guardians, because the Guardians are the galaxy. So like one episode, maybe Star-Lord and the world, like you can just get really weird and have like Star-Lord and Sora fighting in like
Star
Mulan. Just like take. Like, since Disney owns all these properties now, they should take full advantage of everything, in my opinion. Like, just go all out with the series, be as creative and unique as they want. And I feel like that would also pull in new fans while pleasing the fans of the original series who also want to see all this stuff. Because if you look on DeviantArt for like the past like years, you'll see dozens of fan art of all these films, movies, cartoon shows. In like the world of Kingdom Hearts, and with the series you can make that a reality, and I find that so exciting. It's like I want this on my TV right now.
Cloud versus Darth Vader, just do whatever.
And I think my biggest hope for this, and we kind of discussed this in the last video, but I want action sequences if they're trying to make it like an anime, like because I've always wanted like a full out Kingdom Hearts action sequence. Like the games, sometimes you get them, but like they're just kind of glossed over, and like I said, they're almost non-existent in the manga. Like they last a few pages most, but here like. If we could have like Avatar level fight scenes, that'd be great.
They gotta.
Especially for like Birth by Sleep or something. Like if they did that Birth by Sleep, like the big Keyblade War graveyard scene, I would want that to be like a full, beautifully animated sequence.
Yeah, I don't think they could really get away with not having action sequences. Like that's kind of it, man. That's like I don't know how the manga got away with it. Honestly, I'd have to read it. But like,
I said, it's there, but it's very vague. Like they always find ways around it to make it to like avoid being a full blown action scene.
Yeah, so basically, kind of like the Days and coded cutscenes where it just kind of like cuts, essentially. No, they definitely need some dope fight scenes for sure.
And that also makes me wonder who's gonna animate this. Like, is it gonna be Disney Studios? Are they gonna outsource it to studio like Mir, like with Korra? Like, there's just so many questions. Yeah,
Seth Kersley actually mentioned on Twitter. Someone mentioned an anime studio. I can't remember the name of it, but he said, if Disney, if this does happen, we're definitely going to try to get. I'm paraphrasing, but try to get like an anime-esque studio essentially. So that's definitely a good sign, especially if they get like Studio Mir, because like. Their action sequences are just amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good sign. Like I'm glad they're not keeping it to Disney. Nothing wrong with Disney, but I don't think Disney could capture that essence the way an anime or Eastern studio could.
Yeah, and I feel like if the series is a success and they go through with the action sequences, this will like bring in like some Avatar fans, people who like wanted a sequel after Legend of Korra, because people would still want more series. And it could lend to the revival of action animation, just like Samurai Jack might. Even though Samurai Jack might spark adult action animation, which is something few and far between, that's like really unheard of. But Kingdom Hearts should just resurrect like the Saturday morning cartoon vibe of action cartoons. Because, like Steven Universe, Star, like they have action scenes, but Stars are kind of lengthy, but Steven Universe, their action scenes are really brief. Yeah,
really brief. And like the animation style doesn't like, there's not enough of like enough moments where you go, ooh, like, you know what I mean? Like where someone just does something really sick. Like it doesn't stand out as much when the animation isn't as like, I don't know what the word would be. Fluid.
Yeah, well, Steven Universe is like really kind of stiff.
Yeah, exactly. I just looked up. He mentioned it on Twitter. Someone asked, "Have you suggested TMS Japan to make it more Japanese American anime?" And he said, "Of course, TMS is amazing. The biggest hurdle is getting Disney to do something and something with us first." So they're definitely looking at doing anime studios.
I mean, they made a Stitch anime, so I don't see why you can't have a Kingdom Hearts anime.
They made a Stitch anime?
You don't know about that?
No.
It aired on Disney XD. It was scheduled to air for like an entire week, and after the first day, it got pulled.
That's nuts. Who's what?
Like,
That's so random.
and like Lilo like is like a boyfriend, so she blows Stitch off. Like Stitch is abandoned by Lilo,
Oh, no.
so he gets like a new female companion, which is really out of character for Lilo. But
Yeah, it is.
that's like that's a straight up anime. I think it has 26 episodes. Actually, let me look that up.
Yeah,
Because
that's
that
wild.
it pays for a Kingdom Hearts anime if they allow a Stitch anime to be made. Yeah, it's just called Stitch with an exclamation point. It's an anime spinoff of of Disney's Lilo and Stitch franchise and centered Lilo and Stitch series. It debuted in Japan in October 2008. The show features a Japanese girl named Yuna in place of Lilo and is set on a fictional island in the I don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah, it takes place in Japan instead of Hawaii.
That's so weird.
Yeah, and it had 29 episodes.
Okay, so apparently TMS. So they did Lupin the Third, Detective Conan, Sonic X, but they have also done a ton of Disney stuff. It looks like they've done DuckTales, Spider-Man, the animated series, Disney's Adventures of the Gummy Bears. I did not know that was a thing. Yeah, so they've that would definitely be the place to go, I guess.
Yeah, I knew they did Sonic X, and I knew they done like a lot of anime, like American stuff. So I do think they would be the optimal studio. The only problem I have with that, and this is probably just due to its budget, but Sonic X did not look that great all the time,
Right?
especially with action sequences. But that was also 2003, and technology has improved since then. And I think if Disney's actually putting money into this, it's going to look amazing because they did animate like a lot of American series like DuckTales and other stuff that you listed. So I think honestly, it does boil down to how much effort Disney's willing to put into this.
Yeah, definitely.
And how much money they want to put into this. Because if they're like, if they give it like a big budget and they're like, give them like creative freedom, then I think this could be a beautiful thing. But like, if they only give like so much of a budget and they're like, well, you have, you got to put this in there, you got to promote this and that, then it may feel a little bit more manufactured, less natural. It'll feel really, really forced.
Right.
And I feel like what makes Kingdom Hearts special is like, it does what it wants. Like, I don't think Disney was demanding for a Three Musketeers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, world in a Dream at Distance.
Yeah, I think Disney's relatively lenient. To my knowledge, Alex Hirsch had pretty big creative reign. Star is really well done. So I feel like Disney might be willing to just kind of trust the creators on this one. Especially if they see that as profitable, and they understand that if they listen to the fans, they will, they'll get their money back for sure.
What I wonder is Nomura gonna be on board with this? Like, is he gonna be involved? Like, does he have to give it its blessings? Like, what is his involvement in this? Because this is based off his creation. Like, this is his baby.
He'd probably just have to give the go ahead, I'd imagine. But I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think he would be directly involved because he's constantly working, especially with Kingdom Hearts 3. But maybe after Kingdom Hearts 3 he might be, but he's always directing something. Some 10-year-long project at a time. So who knows? I doubt he'd be directly involved, but he'd probably oversee a few things here and there.
Yeah, just like okay the plot or like maybe give some recommendations. I mean,
yeah,
he wrote the plot to 358 / 2 days in a hotel room over a weekend. So
yeah, and he also came up with Coded while drunk.
Yeah. So do you have any closing thoughts since this is probably getting pretty lengthy?
Oh yeah, like 30 minutes. I'm excited for the possibilities. There's always going to be that part of me that worries about an adaptation. I feel like I'm in the minority there. I feel like I'm the only one that's a little concerned. But I feel like as long as they do everything correctly, this could be a really cool thing that kind of really branches out the Kingdom Hearts brand, and not just the brand, but the story itself. And give us even more insight on the main canon of the games, just by little tiny details. But yeah, I mean, I'm potentially really excited for this if this goes down the way it should be.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's everything we have to talk about. We'll keep you guys updated if something happens. Hopefully, it does get greenlit. But since he still has to pitch it, if it does get greenlit, we won't know for like months, if not until next year. But this has been Ostrich Vox and Mykal Williams.
See you guys.
Yeah, signing out. This video has been powered by Patreon. If you want to give us some more support, head to patreon.com/roundtablevids, become a patron, and get some awesome perks. Thanks for watching another video on the Roundtable. If you want to get more involved with our community and watch videos from Let's Talk with Tom, Voxbox, and more, click the video right here. Or if you want to get some more of the animation goodness, watch some Crystal Clear or Meeting Monday, click the video right here. And please, don't forget to subscribe.